Hello everybody and welcome back to our Redtail Zoo. Today we are doing the zoo tour. The park is open. We're gonna see how long we can leave it open because it breaks pretty fast because this is enormous. I mean, look at it. I didn't even finish placing lights all over because it just broke so many times. There are so many objects in here. I mean, for instance, this rock thing, that's already 12 objects. I have a lot of rocks. I have a lot of water textures. I have a lot of everything. So if you are interested in how I built this zoo, there will be a link in the description down below to the actual playlist and you can see all the habitats that I built. I did build some off camera around here just because I couldn't record and build at the same time. It just didn't work. But we're gonna have a tour today and we are actually gonna press play. And we're gonna start with the entrance. Now you will see that my building has really improved. Like in the measurement of the park. Ooh, I accidentally clicked something. What did I click? I started this zoo, I think a year ago. Almost a year ago, year and a half, something like that. A long time ago. I need to look it up exactly. I think it was a year. And my basic idea was to build this Jurassic Park entrance. That didn't work. Let's just be honest about that. That didn't work. But look at how detailed this is. I personally love the way that this looks. It's just, there's so many trash cans, so guests will be really careful. Staff area back here. You know, to be honest, staff area is very often copy-paste, just because I don't feel like building staff areas. I love the vines that we have hanging here. We have some food, you know, gulpy, buy here, frites, fries. Fantastic hats. And actually here is our first habitat. This is our turtle habitat, or tortoise I should say. It used to be a walkthrough habitat, hence the benches, but it was too stressful for these animals, so I had to delete the path, but I still felt like leaving the benches there was kind of fun, so like kind of a memory of what it was. You know, some toilets. I like the mist effects here as well. Unfortunately, I couldn't do too many of the mist effects because then it wouldn't run that well anymore. But that's like our first habitat. But we also have this big tiger habitat of our white Bengal tiger. Look. Let's just see. Look. There's only one tiger in here because I could only find one white tiger. And I didn't want to put this tiger with our other tigers. Spoiler alerts, there are other tigers in this zoo. Now let's Ooh, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but that sounded amazing. So this took me a very long time because I wanted to be perfect and the grid didn't work with me, as usual, because I can't build with grid. But I'm really happy with the way this looks and the habitat itself as well. It looks really natural. I tried to make it, you know, as much foliage as possible, so you can still see the animal, but the animal would have some privacy. A lot of plants, a lot of climbing areas. And I believe there's actually a waterfall here somewhere. Yes. Look, a waterfall. You can actually see the water features a bit. Whoops. That was not my intention. Now, originally I planned a monorail station here, but that didn't work out the way I wanted it, so I had to delete that. And of course, you know, the staff area is back there. Now, I hope that this is all in very good visible definition for you all, so you can all see it very well. Also, look, monorail. Woohoo. That's really high. It's at 29 meters, but darn, that's high. Oh well. Now there is a certain way you can walk through this park and see everything in one go, so we're gonna do that. And then we need to go left, but first let's go right. And look at this, look. This is the Pikmi Hippo habitat. Now I didn't realize that Pikmi Hippos live underwater a lot, so you can barely see the Pikmi Hippos. But look at this beautiful area they have. This waterfall took me so long. It was so annoying. Same with all the dense foliage. I mean, I wanted to give you the vibe like as you were walking in a subtropical forest, and I think I really succeeded in that. As you can see, you do have an escaped animal, but you do have some, you know, light pictures here. But you will see further along the park, I wasn't able to place them anymore because it wouldn't click anymore. It was really annoying. And I try to work with as few barriers as possible, so I want to do a lot of natural barriers. Look, they have a little mud pool, you can just stand here with your camera and click, 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 take a lot of pictures. Oh, hello, Bongo. You shouldn't be here. Well, let's go this way. Here we have one of the first things that I actually built is this lovely feature. Oh look! Another escapee. Yeah. Well, at least I know where they're escaping from. This is a rock scenery with a little bit of a fence so that, you know, children don't go over it. A lot of mist effects. And everything in this zoo is homemade, by the way. Or homemade, self-made. I didn't get anything off the gallery. Or anything from the, you know, these things. I built everything I built myself, so, you know, woohoo for me. Again, I love waterfalls, so, waterfall. And there's one about to escape again. So here we have the bongos. We're gonna go in there in a minute. First I wanna check out the Pikmi Hippos. I can actually see them here, can't I? No, those are tree logs. Whoops. Let's yeet back. So here we have our Pikmi Hippo habitat. Ooh, you can see how it's lagging. Okay, I'm gonna have to close the zoo. I'm sorry, guests are not optional for here. I'm sorry, it's closed. That's better. We have a lot of sitting area and a lot of viewing points where you can actually see the hippos. Oh, look, here they are. Enjoying life. Very much enjoying life. Now, I built this... Oh, baby! I built this before the actual expansion of the aquatic pack. If I had known the aquatic pack was coming, I probably would have done a bit more about the underwater, because it's just sunken trees, you know? But whatever. And I really like this. I love the views that you have here. It's really pretty. I'm just gonna screenshot my own zoo. Also, do you see the mist effect at the end of the waterfall? Because, you know, like in real life waterfalls, they also have kind of like this mist, which is really just normal water. Okay, I have to think. I think, yeah, we have a food court here. Now, this was my first food court ever built. I've thought about demolishing it, but then again, it is kind of, you know, historical, memorable, stuff like that. Do I like it? No, it has lights, but I don't necessarily like it. And then I decided to go for different kind of benches here. I don't know why. I don't really like the way this looks, but I thought, you know, I could change it up all the way, or I could just accept that I got better at building along the way. And I just decided to do that. So I'm just like, you know what? Everything gets better with age, as does my building. So, you know, it's closed, ladies, go home. I closed the zoo, right? Yeah. You can see a lot of notifications, which we are all just going to ignore. This zoo is not meant to really play, it's just meant to be admired. So we do have a monorail station here. Look, there it goes. Actually, I want to keep the zoo open. You know what, we're just gonna see how long we can do this before it gets really unbearable. So here we have the Bongo Habitat, you know, with natural barriers. Then this used to be aqua, like bright blue, greenish. Did not like that. Like, it looked cool, but then from the top, ooh, it just... The needle in the coffin was awful. And in here we have a food court and tickets. We can buy tickets for the monorail and stuff. And also you have a viewing point on the otters. Look, otter. There used to be a lot of otters in here. Oh, they have babies, but you know, a lot of them died. Kind of sad. But this was with the release of the aquatic pack. So here you see in the bottom, there's a lot of plants. And there's a lot of buildings as well. I built a lot of stuff here. And I really enjoy that. It's really nice doing, or nice to do. Now let's get out here. And you see that gradually I got a little bit better with the interior as well. Of course, interior design is really difficult for me in Planet Zoo. Because there you have to make up a lot of things, you have to build from scratch, and I still... Ooh, I didn't see that. And you know, that still requires some work, but it was fun to do nonetheless. And here you actually have an underwater viewing, plus a waterfall on this side behind a willow tree. We have a bench, and then there's a waterfall here. And here you have this underwater viewing. And in theory, let's see if you look, there would be otters swimming here. Unfortunately, a lot of them died, so there are none. But they used to be there, and it was really cool. You just stand here and see everything. I really like that. Now we are going into the night house, or the first attempt to a night house, because I actually built this way too small. And we have an aardvark, and that's, you know, both sides are aardvark. Oh look, there they are with their baby. And they also have a tiny little waterfall here. I'm obsessed with waterfalls, by the way, I'm sorry. But they also have this tunnel. You know, and then they can get through the other side, where the other aardvark is, I think. Somewhere. I have 3 in here. There's supposed to be 3 in here, oh well. But you can see... Ooh, lucky. You can see that I took a lot of effort in actually trying to make this look nice. And some of the windows are overgrown, some of them are not. And I really like the aesthetic of this. I really love the way it looked. So, then we go out and we have this embankment of mist. And we actually, on the right, we're gonna have the doll, I believe. Yes, the doll. And then on the left, we're gonna have our second night house. So here we have this tapir building, but we're gonna go into detail that in a minute. First, we are gonna go to the doll. And this is one of the last habitats that I built. So you can see that actually really good, in my opinion. A lot of vegetation, you know, lovely overhangs, and actually places for the guests where it rains. They can stand here, underwater, you know, stuff like that. Oh, puppies. And of course they have a waterfall, I believe. Don't they have a waterfall? They don't have a waterfall, that's weird. And I built this overhang to kind of resemble a house for them. Ooh boy, we have a very large crowd here. That's enormous. I actually think I can't have this park open. This is really a shame because I would love to have it open. But it's too laggy, which is really annoying. So that way is to the peafowl habitat, but we're gonna go there in a minute. First I wanna, lost in the wall. First I wanna show you guys the other night house. There it is. I mean, doesn't this look beautiful? Isn't this like a real nice picture? So down here we have some toilets. And then if we go up here, we have the night house. A lot of mist, and you can actually walk over them. Look, they're tapirs. And they have this big waterfall, and they have this area, and then they have this little sleeping area back here, and we can see them from there. We were just standing there. And I really love the way that it looks. And at night, let's see if we can actually make it nighttime for a minute. And yeah, see, we have like these butterflies, which actually don't give out a lot of light now that I'm... Oh wait, it gets better, yeah. So, I thought I saw bats, but that's impossible. So it really gives out this lovely dark light. Obviously, I'm gonna wanna have the park at around 2 p.m. Ooh, brightness. So you will see there are a lot of paths leading to almost the same thing. Also, this took me so long. Just this building alone took me like almost 3 hours. And it was really annoying. So up here, we have this beautiful food court with a lot of narrow pathing filled up with plants. Let's just zoom out here for a minute so you can, guys can see the entire building. It's basically just this little bit. So up till now we have done this. And we're already like 15 minutes into this video. Wow, this is going to be a very long video, I'm afraid. Yikes. Well, if you're still watching, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. You can also comment. So here we are going to the giant panda habitat. And I wanted to make it feel really immersive and a little bit, I don't know, Japanese sounding. Now this panda habitat is way too big. I'm very much aware of that. Also look at these 3 waterfalls they have. Because this panda habitat is like 1/8 of the entire map. And in theory they can climb over here. So I am aware that it is really big, okay? I know that. So this is their sleeping area. And you can just walk along here. You can see that the terrain is really hilly. Now here you have the choice. Either you can go this side, which is like a longer route, or you can take the short route out, which goes over a bridge. Well, obviously we're gonna take the long route today. You know, and in theory the pandas would be here, but because the habitat is so big, they are obviously not here. Oh, lovely viewing points, I really love this. And here we have this little bridge. Oh look, there's one going over there. So you would stand here and you'd see like a panda going over. How cool is that? Ah, amazing that's just going on at this moment. And then you just walk here, and then you'd walk down there, and then you'd hear of this water with this amazing waterfall as well, with a little mist effect, which is, you know, really cool. Also, I'm sorry if it's laggy a bit. It's not the smooth resolution I used to have in this zoo, or used to get in zoos in general. So let's just, you know, here's the end of the walkthrough. And you can also see panda, so you know where you're going in. So here we have the Chinese pangolin. I actually built this habitat on the charity stream for the Kango Wildlife Ranch. Go Kango. So here, you know, it's not a big habitat because they're, you know, they don't need a lot of space. These animals are quite small and I want you to be able to see them well. There's one hiding here, but they do have this cave. Oh look, they're in here as well. There's one in here. Multiple in here, by the way, and a baby. You know, to give them some privacy, because I always feel like it's important to give animals privacy and that you don't necessarily have to see all the animals in the zoo. Of course, like, it's a shame if you don't see the animals, but I do feel like they need some sort of privacy. They need some form of privacy. Here we have the hippos, like the normal hippos. We've seen the Pikmi Hippos. Now we're getting the normal hippos, and this would be the other exit to the panda. See, look, there they are. Now, this habitat is one of my favorites, just because it's so untamed and wild. And I don't know if the hippos itself are very happy with it, because there's quite a lot of foliage, but hey, who cares? Aw, baby. Now, their habitat is really cool. Like, this is their sleeping area, with trees on the inside, and then it's all glass roof. But when they wake up, they can just, like this one is doing here, they can just walk under here, because I put the rocks, and then just flip, go underwater. And underwater here, there's a lot to see as well, which I will show you guys in a minute, because this is like freaking awesome. Let's get back to the path, because there's a lot of things to see as well. Also, all this foliage, you can't imagine how long this took me. I've spent so many hours in this zoo. Like, I must have spent like over 200 to 300 hours in this zoo alone. This is the only thing that I built. Like, imagine that. So this here is the other route for the panda, and there's the doll habitat right there. There isn't really a lot to see there except, you know, awesome foliage. Because I'm like the queen of foliage, I like to call myself that. That's my official name now. I'm gonna change my name. So here you have this bridge heading over the hippo habitat, which I find really amazing. And then you have this little, you know, things. I don't know what to call this. In Dutch, we would call it an uitsparring. That's probably not the English word, but look, you have a giant hippo with hippos surrounding it. And you think like, that's a real hippo. No, it's not. It's the hippo statue, like the bronze statue. But I put it up here to make it look like it was an actual hippo. So I thought that was really clever. And then you have some logs in the water, and then underwater. See if you can find that perfect spot. Nope, okay. Underwater, you have a lot of underwater foliage and some rocks. And the hippos can actually navigate through it all, so that's, you know, pretty cool. Then once we go over the bridge, here we have some llamas, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yes, llamas. And they share a little bit of the water with the hippos. Obviously there are rocks, so they won't technically share it. But you know, because I love llamas. And then on the other side you have the nose monkey, which is called the Hibiscus Monkey, if I pronounce that correctly. Also, I apologize, I can hear a lot of animals escaping in the background, but I won't pay attention to that. So you can see here, like I made these barriers myself and I put some wood in there to reinforce it. I love this. This looks really cool. I love the way this looks with the foliage in there. Also, why is this floating? That's weird. No, they have like a waterfall, obviously. And then here we have the Hibiscus Monkey. They have quite a large habitat. And we will see that they have multiple, I don't know what to call it, an entryway. It's not really an entryway, but you know what I mean. Multiple ways of seeing the animals. And I actually have part of a ship right there. I imagine like it would be a pirate ship. Now, if we were to stand at the height of the guest, at some point you wouldn't be able to see anything. So we're just gonna slowly lift above it. We are gonna go that way in a minute though. Here we have the red panda. Now this is my pride, okay? With water here, but this is so amazing. I loved building this habitat. I loved it so much. It looked so cool. I mean, look at all these climbing things. Built them all myself. I feel like I'm bragging. Oh, look, the monorail is going above it. That's cool. And then you have this little bridge. A lot of foliage here, a lot of trees. Yeah, let's just yeet our way back here. We do have some vending machines here. They're broken, I can see. Whoops. And here, because the area was going down and I didn't want all the fencing to go down as well, I built something here, little information points about the red panda. With glass so you don't get wet. And I thought it was pretty cool. And here we are gonna go to Lemur Islands, which I absolutely love. Let's get in Lemur Islands. Like there are a lot of lemurs here, obviously. Like a lot. Ooh, a lot of red lemurs. Ringtail mackies, not so much anymore. A lot of them died. Also, all made myself. But here, look, we have a bridge. And you can see the video where I built Lemur Island, how I did all this. Again, link is in the description. But then we have this enormous island fully for the lemurs. Now, they just got food, so there aren't any lemurs on here, I think. Let me just zoom out. This is Lemur Island. And you go past it with the monorail and the boat ride. And it's, it's really cool. And here over the water, you have obviously waterfalls. So you have like these ropes and they can go different directions. And I really love the way it looked, and I'm lost. There we go. So here we have the other end of the Hibiscus Monkey. Let's see if we can see some monkeys. They obviously have a waterfall of their self. The palm tree. Oh look, they're swimming. I didn't know they could swim. Explains why they escape so much. Yeah, the one thing that I really wanted to do with this zoo is the views. I wanted the views to be as pretty as possible. And I did notice that building a mega zoo might not be the perfect solution to this. Oh, they're all broken, man. Okay, so here we're gonna go over the bridge. And over the bridge goes actually the monorail. Please don't die on me, game. But this bridge leads to our peafowl habitat. Ah, the door's open for us. Now, I know there's a lot of peafowls. They are on birth control. I forgot to do it and they breed like crazy. Alright, they really breed like crazy. You have multiple exits. There's an exit this way. This habitat took me so long because I wanted to create like a small paradise. But look how many peafowls are here. Like I said, they're all on birth control. I have around 300 peafowls. Don't hate me for that. It's a lot, I'm aware of that. And there's the other entry. Also still in love with this. The way I did that's amazing. And here's the boat ride. And now actually the inside area, I wanted to make it look like sort of a greenhouse. And then in the greenhouse they have like this little cabin. Which I felt like was really cool. And then you have this little thingy here. Beautiful foliage here. And you can see the monorail in the back here. You can see the gondola and the boat ride. Unfortunately, the boat ride isn't going because it's waiting for people and there aren't any guests in here right now, but you know. Alright, so I'm gonna quickly go to the Overlook View and just yeet ourselves here, because this is where we were. This is the llama habitat here. And there goes the monorail again over our heads. And now we go to another island. Or actually first we're gonna go to the hyenas. So here we have the hyenas, which I personally love. A lot of barriers so they can't fall in. Now this is the one of the only times I actually used natural or like barriers from the in-game. I don't think they're here. Then we'll see them from the other viewing point. But first we're gonna go to our islands. So this is the Barbarous Island. And I believe one of them may have escaped. Ah, monorail. And this took some time, okay? Let's just... It took some time. I love this. This is like... I'm saying this about every habitat. It's one of my favorite habitats, but I really enjoyed building this with all the little water and stuff like this. And they have a lot of babies, man. There are a lot of animals in here. Before I upload this to the gallery, the Steam Workshop, I need to hold house to some of the animal numbers. Man, there are a crazy amount of animals. And you know, you have a little picnic area here, so you can buy food there and sit here and eat. I love that. So let's go to the other side for the hyenas. Again, I'm sorry I'm gonna say it again, but look at the foliage. Look at how pretty this is. Screenshotting my own zoo. This is really weird. So on our right to the gorillas, we're gonna go up there in a minute. First, I want to show you guys this. I believe we'll find the hyenas here, hopefully. Yes, they're sleeping. This is our Hyena Cave. So it's a big glass bowl, and they're actually here. This is like their shelter. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5. I have 5 hyenas. Okay, now we're gonna backtrack a tiny bit, because here we have this beautiful bridge with a lot of flowers. I wanted to make it really look green. And we have some viewing points of the hyenas. And you can see them here. People threw trash. And here. But there is also already a viewing point of the jaguar, which is behind there. So let's continue to go up. Also this railing, ignore that side, this side is correct. And then here you have this lovely viewing point, which is amazing. I really love it. Now it is a bit dense. If you're really tall, you're probably gonna bump your head, but that's fine. See how high the monorail gets. In the end, we're gonna make a tour on all the rides, so the gondola, the monorail, and the boat ride. So here we have a first viewing of our jaguar habitats, end of the monorail. You can probably, yeah, look there. There was one running, and they're eating there, and there was one there. But this is also the entry to our monorail. So this is our first station. I believe there are 3 stations. We're just gonna jump down, like woohoo! We're down. I mean, we're amazing jumpers here, so we can just do that. And here I built a gorilla habitat. Now, when I watched this, I just watched Tarzan, because I love Tarzan, the Disney version, love it. So I wanted to incorporate a little bit of the gorillas in this zoo. Oh, look at them drinking. So cute. So they have this lovely climbing area here with a lot of large logs, because I know that they like that. But I also gave them this stone house with climbing abilities in here as well, so they can go out and then they can go around, which I really felt like was, you know, quite innovative. And I gave them this bridge. Okay, and they actually use it, that's the best part of it. Even though they walk on the sides, but whatever. And I also gave them this one, but I almost never used that. Anyways, like on the other side of the islands, I put on purpose some food enrichment, so they'd go here. I gave them this little sleeping area in one of the trees. It was very... Oh gosh, my game is crashing. No, don't die on me, game. I'm just gonna continue talking until it works again. It was very difficult to make this work. Thank you, this we're back. Just because of the trees here, they couldn't climb on it, so I had to build this entire climbing section for them to actually go in there. But oh well. Oh, and then they could climb here as well. It was just, I love it. I'm really proud of it. Like, I'm gonna say it again, but this is one of the habitats I'm really proud of. And here we have the Jaguar Habitats. Now, there are a lot of Jaguars, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, probably 14 or 15 Jaguars. It's way too much. I'm managing that. So here we have this waterfall. If this monorail poles weren't here, this would have been a lot prettier. I mean, look. So pretty, right? But that's not all that they have. They also have a little sleeping area. Double glass for them. See-through glass for us. So you can sit here on the bench, in theory. Like here, so bloop. And you can watch them sleep, which is amazing. And you also get some education. Now here we have the elephants. This actually leads to the staff area back there. Now the elephants have a very large habitat, and this took a lot of time because I wanted to make the barrier not just rocks, I wanted to make it look natural. Also, a view on Gorilla Island. I wanted to make it look really pretty. We're gonna go there we're gonna continue the elephant habitat in a minute. I think we're quickly gonna go here. This is the overlook of our Dwarf Cayman. Now there used to be almost 300 caimans in here. I did not appreciate that. Also, last time I went to the zoo, I saw a caiman in real life. I was like, ooh, pretty cool. They're here in the water. I gave them some logs. Like, the crazy thing is I built this when I still lived in my other house. And what I used to do then, I used to build and watch Netflix on my second screen because I have 2 monitors. And I can still remember what I was watching when I built this. Do any of you guys have that as well? Like, I know exactly what I was watching. Don't judge me, but I was watching Riverdale. Season 3, I believe, because it was like the weird Dungeons & Dragons bit. And I still remember all of that, but only, like, not that I think of Riverdale daily, because I don't. But I remember it when I'm here, I'm just like, oh yeah, and when I was building this cave, this happened, and that happened, and I'm like, oh. It's probably a very common thing, but you know. So, we're gonna go out this way. And that actually brings us right back to the elephants. Actually in their home. Now, in case you couldn't see the elephants here, the elephants, it says here elephants. So you know it's an elephant's home. I watched Dumbo the other night. You know, always makes me cry, especially with the song Baby of Mine. Look how big this is. I like that. And especially because baby elephants stay with their mommy for the first 5 years. And just the fact that they stole baby Dumbo away from his mom, that really makes me cry. I'm really emotional when it goes to that. Like, it's just sad. And then you have the song Baby of Mine. I can't even. I can't. So this elephant habitat, I wanted to make it look really cheerful and really green. And it's built in the shadow of our big mountain. Like with a giant waterfall. And we also have this little area here, so you can sit and watch the waterfall. And you can look at the elephants here. And if you need some money, you can get some money here from the ATM. Now, a lot of the zoo in the beginning was very dense, but here you're kind of into the more stretched out area, so there's a little bit less foliage. I mean, there is still a lot of foliage, but it's less dense. So here we have this food court where you can buy all your water and then all your food. And this is broken. But also, the only way to get from this side of the park to the other side is either walk all the way or go on the suspended gondola. Now luckily there is one coming, well, you know, in theory we're not gonna take it. I mean, we can actually, let's ride on it. There. Let's see how long it takes before it actually lifts off. It should, yeah, there we go. I mean, isn't this a lovely view? I mean, I'd love this. If I were in a zoo and it would be a gondola from one side to the other side, it would look like this, I'd go on it. Of course, this gondola isn't very cheap. It's very steep as well. It's cost like, I think, $8 to go on. I think that's a reasonable price. I mean, I'd probably just walk it all. It's good for the steps. And you can see all the waterfalls from here, and the boat ride is going. Cool. I thought I closed the park. Oh well. And here we have another waterfall. Now there are 2 habitats that you guys need to see on this side, and then we're gonna go on that side. So let's just leave the gondola. Oops. Well, I did not expect that. Let's yeet back to this side. Woohoo! Okay. Let's go on the exit. Here, there is an escaped animal, but there is also the clouded leopard home. Now let's see if we can spot them. Usually they're up here. They're not here now. Let's where are you? Ah, maybe they're in here? Yes. There's the baby at least. Ah, there's the mommy. There. And originally I wanted to have a monorail station up here as well. But it didn't work, unfortunately. So instead of that I got a monorail all the way around. So, you know, that's fine as well. So but this is the clouded leopard home. This was from my thing when I was kind of into Japanese buildings, and then I realized I couldn't build that, so this is the one and only habitat that has that. But then on the other side we have our Formosan black bear. And my original idea was to build a gorilla habitat here, but it was way too steep and not a lot of good viewing points, so... Again, you should bear with me sometimes when some of these select spikes my computer. So here we have our black bear habitats, and when I was building this I was actually watching The Last Airbender. Look, there they are. I believe they do have cubs somewhere, and usually the cubs, they escape. Like the big bears can't climb this, but the cubs can, which is kind of weird. So they escape. But I gave them this little cave here where they can sleep in. They never really use it, but they have it nonetheless next to the waterfall. I thought that was really cool. And it's built all on a ridge. Ooh. And it's actually, look, it's right next to the food court. And next to here, that's way, whoops, that way's the peafowl habitat. Here you also have the queue for the boat ride. But we are gonna go back up. And we are actually gonna go here. Now, there are a lot of points you can go here. Like, this is the exit. So you can go left or right. I'd advise to go left, because otherwise you're gonna miss some animals. So up here, you can look down at the Nyala and the Okapi habitats, but we're gonna go into detail greater when we get there. Just gonna quickly walk along. Here you have a level to a different level and a little bit lower. Here we have the Bengal tiger. And this is not a white tiger, this is like the yellow tiger, so we saw. Well, didn't saw in the beginning, because in the beginning we saw the white tiger. And we also have this big waterfall, which is, you know, pretty cool. So here you have this lovely viewing point of actually into their sleeping area, where they are, yes they are. There's one sleeping here. And I don't know where the others are. I believe one died. So it could be that there's only one in here. I'm not quite sure. And like they obviously have a fence here because otherwise it wouldn't be safe because they would just be able to escape. And they have this waterfall here. And that goes down here. And I actually feel like it's really cool. I mean, it looks really awesome. I'm quite happy with it, the way it looks. It is quite big as well because it goes back all the way to here. And it's really peaceful, really quiet. I like it. Oh, and then we go under the monorail. And we go into a little bit more of a dense area. You can hear the mandrills already. Spoiler alert, there are mandrills. There. Now on our left we have a little bit of a food court with some weird jiggly lines. And you also have this view on this puddle of water. Which is like, you know, normal bush. And then here we have our mandrills. Who have escaped by the... if I can hear correctly. Oh look, there they are climbing in the trees. Yeah, that explains they probably escaped because of that. Oh, they already have babies. That's so cool. Now this is a very basic area, so you know, it's just a mandrill. Now we go through this little dense forest again. And then we end up with a saltwater crocodile. Who are somewhere. Yeah, there they are. Oh, look here, right in front of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I wanted to keep this habitat a little bit mellow because they don't really... oh, that's a poo. Because they don't really need a lot of space. Or like a lot of foliage. 6, by the way. A lot of foliage, so I didn't want to give them that. Also, the monorail pole is right in their mud bed. Oops. So here we have the Nyala and the Okapi. Which looks really cheerful, and I'm really happy with the way it looks. And they have this really big barn-like, like a sort of barn conversion for them to sleep in. On multiple levels. It looks really nice. And then in the back, a little bit uphill, they have this beautiful pond with obviously a waterfall. And I just feel like it looks really nice. I'm really proud of the way it looks, and I'm really happy with how it looks. Now, this is the way back up to where we were. Now we are gonna see something really special. We are gonna see the Capuchin Monkey Habitat, which is all the way down. Because it's not only capuchin monkeys, there is a wild range of sea life in here. Obviously there isn't because it's not planet fish. Unfortunately, we don't have an aquarium pack. But if we had, I would have put a lot of fish in here. But they have this amazing climbable area from one side to the other side, multiple getaways, multiple areas where they can actually walk and do. Here as well, a lot of overview, a lot of overhang, so they can go from this side to the other side. So look, there's one using it right now. Oh, we're so in luck. First with the panda, now with this one. I believe it might have died though. It's just... I think it was stuck on here. Oh well. It's still not moving. Maybe it's just very still. Who knows? And here we have the orangutan habitat. Now, I don't believe there are any orangutans on this side. So they must be on the other side. But first, here we have this little... toilets in the cave. And we have another food court. Which, you know, in my opinion is a beautiful setup. And it gives you a nice view of the capuchins. And a different type of pathing for this because, you know, it's fancy, so. And then we go past the orangutans. On this side we have the Malaysian Tapers. And we're actually gonna go into this cave, and I'm quickly gonna turn on my flashlight if that helps for you guys. You can see there's a lot of foliage in this cave. That took a great amount of effort, and it was really my kryptonite. I spent like 3 days on this because I was so annoyed at that point. So here we have this viewing point, and my original idea was to put something in here so the orangutans would go in there, but unfortunately that didn't work. But they can climb over us. And they can climb from one side to the other side, but again, no orangutans here, so they must be in their sleeping area. Waterfall, food court with a waterfall behind there again. And then, let's see if we can see them here sometimes. Yeah, there they are. Look, there's one. Right? Yes. And there are the others. Because not only do they have like this mounds, they have like a really big area. I mean, let me just zoom out here. This is all for them. Like this. That's really big. I took some inspiration from some zoos that I've been to, and I've always noticed that they did like the monkey house, really big, of white plaster, and then they put like, you know, little climbable things in there, a lot of hay where they can sleep. So I did that. Like, for instance, this one is playing the piano. Ooh, that one jumped through a window. And you know, you have some climbable areas. Look, they're using it. And I really felt like it was really cool for them. They have this little exit thingy here. I don't know what this one's doing, but it looked really weird. You know, multiple entries and exits. Same here with up here. You can just go there. I really like the look of that. And they can even go on top of here, like climb there. So here we have our walk through Flamingo habitat. And this, I love this so much. I had to do this because otherwise they'd escape. Also, look, you can look in here. You can see the orangutans. Pretty cool. Oh, look at our flamingos. I love flamingos. I really like them, and I love this habitat. If I have to choose my favorite habitat of the entire zoo, this is probably it. And I know that sounds really weird because the flamingos aren't really that special, but I'll show you guys something. And let me just zoom. Ooh, a lot of flamingos. A lot of flamingos. Let me just zoom in on this. Can you see how much detail I put into this? Can you see that? The amount of work that is into this, it's insane. Like when I edited the video for my flamingo habitat, I had almost 8 hours of footage, which is insane for flamingo habitat. But it looks absolutely amazing. And I feel like if I did that on every habitat, my entire zoo would probably look like this, and I still wouldn't be finished with it. But it would have been a lot prettier. Not that this zoo isn't pretty, because I'm really, really proud of this zoo. Look at them, they're all sleeping here. And they have a little water pond here. And there's little stairs in here. I mean, like, look at this. Look at the amount of detail. You can even see like the waterfall and rainbow. I really love this. It looks cool. The only downside is that this is in mirror writing, so Flamingo. Here we have the Malaysian Tapir. I don't exactly know. Oh, look, there it is. I have like this big canyon-like thing with a lot of waterfalls, because I felt like they probably liked waterfalls. And I like waterfalls. I mean, if you guys notice what my favorite thing in Planet Zoo is, it's probably waterfalls. And this is next to the Pikmi Hippo habitats. We're almost back at the beginning. Look, and we're gonna be under the hour, probably. Wait, we also have to do rides. We're not gonna stay under the hour. If you're still here watching this, like, good job, bravo to you. This is our gharial habitats. This is one of the first habitats that I built, I believe. I believe this was episode 3. And I'm gonna show you guys a neat little trick at the end of this zoo. Oops. Here, oh, this took me so long as well. This is our exhibit hall. We have some Gila monsters. We have the cockroaches. Then we have snails. We have beetles. But in the back here, there's a secret entrance. And if you go down the secret entrance, you end up with the gharials. There's this walk-through or see-through ceiling, so you get some light. But look, let's see if I can find that perfect spot. Look, there are gharials, which I feel like is pretty darn awesome. Also from the top, obviously waterfall, but also from the top, like it's almost hidden because there's like this water over it. And I feel like it's really cool, like I really like it. Now, we are almost back at the beginning, like just a little while. Yeah, ta-da-da-da, and there we are, we're back at the beginning. I hope you like this 50 minutes zoo tour. I'm sorry it's been this long, I really am. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know for sure I enjoyed it, and now I can start working on my next build for our next project. In a minute there are gonna be some videos of our monorail and boat ride. But if you guys have any idea what you'd like to see for a next build, for a next Let's Play for our zoo, let me know in the comments down below. I'm really curious to see what your ideas are, and you know, perhaps you have like a theme or you know, whatever I could build. I'm not really sure what I want to do yet, so give me some ideas, give me some pointers, and I'll see if there's one in there that I really like, and we can do that. Guys, thank you for watching this entire video, but also thank you for watching the entire Red Tail Zoo series, and I can't wait to start on another series. And remember guys, if you like this video, if you like the zoo, like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel.